Welcome! How to call a report in SAP. The nuts and bolts of any business software are reports. This video provides an entry into SAP's standard reporting. Thus, it will be demonstrated how in general a standard report is called, executed and displayed. Ultimately, you know the term commitment line items, you get to know the transaction KSP2, and you get to know the SAP list viewer. Let's get going with commitment line items. If a document is saved, the containing data is stored in various separate tables. These tables are then the base for reports. All the so far created purchase requisitions and purchase orders were assigned to the same cost center. Therefore, it's possible to just call a report that lists all the costs of this particular cost center, also known as line items. Before any delivery of the requested or ordered items, the costs of them have the accounting status of commitments. Commitments are future payment obligations, and the corresponding report is called Cost Center's Commitment Line Items. Such a report enables the person who is responsible for a cost center to oversee the upcoming costs. Now you're aware that commitment line items are separately listed costs incurring at some definite future date. Let's turn to call a report that compiles a list of commitment line items. Reports are also applications and are therefore called by transaction codes. And as you already know, either from the SAP menu or the command field. The T code for the report Cost Center Commitment Line Items is KSP2, which I just enter into the command field. An initial screen, a so-called selection screen, appears. Each report starts with such a selection screen. The fields on this screen are the selection criteria, which require you to set limits for the search of data. The first fields ask for one or more cost center for which you want to see the data. Then the posting data must be specified. Via the expected debit date, you'll get information about the upcoming cost over a specific period. And lastly, in the settings, you can choose a convenient layout for the search result. I select the 3 SAP purchase order because I only want to see the commitments of released purchase orders. After the selection screen is completed, the report is called by clicking on the symbol for Execute in the application toolbar or by pressing the F8 key. You surely remember that all the previous transactions have been called by the Enter button or Return key only. But with reports, there's a 3-step procedure. First, call the transaction of the report. Second, enter the selection criteria. And then third, execute this restricted search for data. Now you know that reports are called like any other transaction, that they have a selection screen, and that they must be executed via the F8 key or the Execute button in the application bar. Let's finally have a look at the actual list. And that's the result. What you see in general is the ALV grid control. ALV means SAP List Viewer. This tool provides common list operations as generic functions but can be enhanced by self-defined options. The header shows the name of the list, display commitment line items for cost centers, and some of the selection criteria. Below, a table of all commitments out of purchase orders, sorted by cost element for the specified cost center, is displayed. For a more clearly arrangement of the list, I click on the menu Settings and select Columns, Optimize Width. Now I can see all columns together on the screen. Each line shows the corresponding reference document number, and by double-clicking you navigate directly into the document. Same goes with master records. You surely remember the forward navigation. It is also applied to lists, albeit not to all of them. Lists may also be downloaded for further editing, for instance into Excel. So, you've seen the SAP List Viewer, the ALV grid control for displaying reported data, and with that you're at the end of the video. Let's briefly summarize. After recording business data, the selected reporting of these data is the essential benefit of any ERP system. For instance, commitment line items, which represent future payment obligations, allow to check the costs of a cost unit. Reports are called via T-codes but have a selection screen, which has to be completed before the report can be executed. The transaction KSB2 commitment line items for cost centers was used to demonstrate the general procedure. And finally, the tool for displaying lists and performing list operations, the SAP List Viewer or ALV Grid Control, was shown. It displayed the report result, in this case a list of commitment line items. That's all for this time. The next video is about the SAP system landscape. Thank you for watching and bye!